So I'm in Tampa right now at the aquarium, about to go on the SeaTrek experience, where we'll jump inside a tank with sharks and sea turtles and stingrays and whatever. So we're just following him to the adventure.
Ready to go?
Ready to watch us get eaten by sharks?
I'm so excited.
Alright, so everybody that's doing it will come with me. Everybody watching, you're just going to hang out down here in this area. They're going to be showing up in about 20 minutes.
Okay.
Everybody doing it, come with me. Watch the door, watch the door.
Okay.
Alright, woo! Alright, so I'm all suited up, or we're all suited up, ready to go.
Yeah, how's it going?
How's it going?
Look, when they let me come in.
Nice. That's nice of them.
I'm the first.
Welcome to SeaTrek at the Florida Aquarium, where you can explore the underwater world and become immersed in aquatic life. Please follow this short video while it guides you through everything you need to know to make this a safe and enjoyable experience.
Questions?
This is everything is okay? It's like this, yeah?
Yep.
If I have any problem, I do it like this.
The divers will go over all the stuff again with you guys, but as you're going throughout it, the divers, the ones that are down there with you, they'll keep looking at you and they'll go, they're asking you, are you okay? So if you're all good, if you got no problems, you just give that back to them.
Yeah.
If they say, if something's not feeling right, your head feeling dizzy, your stomach ache, anything that's making you uncomfortable, just go, something's wrong, point at your ears.
And then when we're down there, we're just free to explore whichever way.
They're going to kind of tour you around.
Okay.
You'll have one diver in front of you, directing you through everything. You'll have a diver behind you, keeping an eye on you guys.
Perfect.
So if somebody starts to wobble, or if somebody hits a rock or something, they'll be able to jump to you. And then you have a third diver in there that's specifically on turtle tending duty.
Oh.
They're just in there with a big PVC pipe.
Nice.
Sheldon, the big loggerhead sea turtle, he might get curious as to who's coming into his home. He'll come towards you guys. If he starts to come towards you, they just take that stick, put it in the ground. He hits that stick and he takes off in a different direction.
Our turtle bodyguard.
More or less, yeah. He's curious. He wants to know who's coming into his home.
Yep.
But we're not allowed to just grab him because he is an endangered species as well as a rescue.
Gotcha.
So the pipe is there just to be like, gotta go a different way. But yeah, as you're seeing, there's a lot of different animals in there. Most of them, they're gonna ignore you just as much as you ignore them. It's just a respect thing. It'd be like me coming into your house and going, oh, you're a cute person. We don't want to do that to them, so they'll ignore us as much as we ignore them.
For sure.
That's what King does all the time.
Some of them might get curious. I know the hogfish sometimes, they'll come up and they'll just sit and stare at your face.
Nice.
But then none of them will touch you. They'll look at you for a minute and then say, oh, I'm bored, go somewhere else.
I'm happy to make friends with as many of them who want to talk to me.
Go ahead and have a seat, guys. This is going to be the team that takes over for us.
Awesome.
How's it going, y'all?
Fantastic.
Hey, guys. How you doing? Have a seat. How's everybody feeling today?
Amazing.
Good. I like it. Have a seat. Have a seat. Well, welcome to the SeaTrek experience. My name is Felipe. I'm going to be helping you guys around here together with Trent. In the water, we have Aaron, Jane, and Manny right there. I'll just wait for it. So those are going to be your divers, your guides, your guardian angels. So it's very important to make all the pictures that when you're down there. Okay? Do you guys watch the video downstairs? Okay, so I'm just going to go through some quick reminders. We're going to go in and out of the water using the yellow lap. You're going to stand right here. This blue mat's facing that way. When you go down the water, you're going to go down about shoulder deep. And we're going to place the tank in the back and the helmet on your shoulders. The helmet's a little bit heavy up here. It's about 70 pounds. But in the water, all that weight disappears. Okay, so even if you feel the weight at first, remember, when you go under, it's not going to feel that way too. Okay?
How you doing?
Awesome. How are you?
Good. All right, I'm just gonna put this tank to your back.
Okay. as I get under the water, I was actually surprised how quickly the pressure changed in my ears. They had warned us that we're gonna have to constantly kind of, keep popping our ears, like what happens when you're either in a plane or if you're riding an elevator really fast. And so I thought, oh yeah, no problem, I'll probably have to pop my ears when I get to the bottom. But no, like every inch I kind of got lower in the water, I had to like constantly pop my ears. It's kind of crazy how much pressure sort of changed. Maybe it's the helmet. Like I guess they're constantly pumping water into that helmet to keep us alive. So maybe that's the thing that's causing a lot of pressure. But I guess it's also a really giant tank of water, so there's a lot of pressure there. But you can see just kind of all the wildlife that's kind of floating around us, and all my fans that are out there very, very excited to watch me get eaten by a shark. And sadly, while there are a number of sharks in there, I don't think those sharks are quite big enough. And there, of course, is Sheldon the sea turtle, which actually, he's like the most dangerous thing in here, probably. And they explained to us that there is actually, there's one of the hammerhead sharks right there. And Sheldon, the giant sea turtle there, you see in the background, there was a diver floating around a giant PVC pipe. They kind of gave us the impression that the diver was really more kind of protecting the turtle from us, and so they would use the pipe to kind of get Sheldon the sea turtle to change directions if need be. But I kind of got the impression that they're really there to protect us from Sheldon, because Sheldon is really big, and I could see him easily, if he wanted to just take a snap out of us, he could. And look at that shot with the giant stingray just floating up over his head there. That's pretty damn cool. And it's also, once again, it's amazing how big that stingray is in there, and everything is just giant size, which is what you expect when you're in the bottom of the ocean, or in a simulated version of the bottom of the ocean. There you see again, as one of the other divers try to come down the ladder there, the diver has to get there with the pipe saying, "No, Sheldon, don't go kill the diver. It's gonna, raise our insurance premiums." And there he is again. You can see him, and this is a shot from outside. One of my fans was nice enough to take some shots from the outside so I can see what I look like. That was me over there on the right. And another shot from the inside with Sheldon kind of deciding, hey, what are you guys doing in here? Maybe I might want to come and check you guys out, see if you might make a tasty meal. But oh no, the PVC pipe came along, I better get away. So that's basically the non-stop sort of game of tag, I guess, that they're playing with Sheldon the giant sea turtle. But for the most part, I mean, as I said earlier, we're invading his territory, we're in his home, so he has every right to come along and try to decide if he wants to, turn us into dinner or a quick snack. And another shot from the outside, and I think I'm just in the very back there, once again trying to do my best to film with my GoPro underwater. And there I am again. The tricky thing with these helmets is that you really can only see when you're straight on. Like, you have almost no peripheral vision, because any place where the glass is kind of curved, your vision is just completely distorted. You don't know it just makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. So you have to remember, when you're turning, you have to turn your entire body over, or you can't really see anything. So half the time I wasn't even sure whether or not I was actually shooting myself from the side there. I'm like, I'm just gonna point it in that general direction and hope that this all works. And so underwater, they don't there's no sound. Obviously they can't communicate with us. There isn't like a mic inside our helmets or anything like that. So they have the sort of little sketch pads that they use to write on if they really need to communicate something to us that they can't do via charades or hand gestures. And I think there she's writing down whatever type of shark that is. And I just, I couldn't always get close enough to read off exactly what was going on there. So that's fine. I mean, I was just enjoying the experience, because you're just kind of, in a way, you've got like a bit of sensory deprivation. So it almost feels like you're kind of you're almost in a bit of a lucid dream. Actually, that's exactly kind of a lot of what this feels like, is a lucid dream. But you're also kind of bouncing around. So just kind of imagine you're on the moon, because you're kind of light, and I found occasionally I'd find myself floating off the bottom a little bit. So you kind of have to make sure you constantly move your feet around to make sure that you still know what the terrain is, and also because the floor is all covered in gravel, and so it shifts and changes constantly. There's pieces of rock and coral here and there, so you definitely have to pay attention to where you put your feet. Although they have enough safety divers around that should you fall down, they'll get you upright pretty quick, so not to worry about that. And also I found it's actually not that easy to walk. It's actually easier to bounce, and that's something that I discovered at some point, that kind of like what they did when they're walking around the moon, like the Apollo astronauts. So pretend you're an Apollo astronaut if you have me doing a SeaTrek, and just kind of bounce along, and it's probably more fun for everyone anyways. I just didn't bounce around as much because I figured that footage was probably gonna get, probably gonna make everyone sick. So for the most part, I tried to keep my movements as smooth as possible, just so that I don't give everyone seasick. There's Sheldon again, hamming it up for the cameras. And now it's time for, they're showing us bubble rings, which is kind of cool. So you just kind of, sweep a field of bubbles in front of you and put your fists together and just kind of pull your fists apart very quickly, and you too can make yourself some bubble rings. It takes a little bit of practice, but with enough practice, most people can do it. I was half successful when I tried mine, but unfortunately, while I was doing it, I wasn't able to film it, and I didn't think to pass my camera off to someone else. So, oh well, that's okay. You just have to take my word for it. So they would lead us around into these, I guess it's either, I don't know what they call it, a cave or coral reef thing or whatever, and so we just kind of get a different perspective on the tank. But it's also surprising because while it doesn't look like you're doing very much, it actually takes quite a bit out of you. This dive, I found, like physically and mentally. I just maybe it's just because there's so much pressure down there. Like even though you're not that far down, there's a lot more pressure than I would have expected. But it does, when you get up to the top, you do feel quite exhausted from the sort of minor exertion that you've done. Or really, I think it's just I'm just completely out of shape. And nope, I can't. I think that there was a sign saying that we're about ready to be done there. Of course, I was only half paying attention because I was too interested in looking at that stingray down there, and also checking to make sure whether or not the stingray had any barbs on its tail, which it did not, or at least not that I could see, just because, just in case. Always safety first. So indeed, now it is time for me to go back up. So I was trying to remember all the great instructions they gave us during the safety video, and that they gave us before we went in the tank. And of course, I can't be sure if I remember any of it correctly, but I realized, you know what, as long as I just kind of go there, and she gave me the double finger point, so I knew obviously that must have been one of the universal signs for you go up this ladder now. And so I just decided, let's just make my way over there. They'll tell me if they want to shoo me away, and I'll just slowly try to climb to the top and see what happens. At this point, I was kind of, I was ready. Like we were in the tank for 20 minutes, and 20 minutes was enough time because it does, like I said, it is a little bit tiring in a strange way. Not completely physical, more mental, I feel. So there it is, and then I've returned back to the to the land above the sea, or whatever it was they called it in The Little Mermaid, and sort of my Darth Vader moment as they pull off my helmet.
How was that?
That was fun.
Awesome. Once it's all the way, you can go ahead and head up.
Hi. Thanks. Thank you. So just finished the SeaTrek experience. That was fun. Just remember not to look down.
I did.
So you don't get the
Twice,
the face full of salt water. That's all right. It's nutritious or something. That was definitely lighter than I expected to be down there.
Yeah. Floating around a little bit. I know when I did it, I was I had to constantly like keep flipping my arms down to get back down because I could feel myself floating up and away.
Yeah. Same.
I've seen a few different people like that. We do have like a little weight belt that we'll give people with little weight pockets.
Right.
If it does get to that point. But it's rarely ever used. It's probably 75 pounds. It's way down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Occasionally focal weight.
It was just a matter of getting used to the buoyancy and getting used to like.
I've seen so many people that we standing out there, they'll be going, just because the helmet keeps dragging them one way or another.
Yeah, I had a couple moments like that too.
I had one guy said he worked for UPS for the longest time, so he's constantly like picking down packages,
Right.
so his body posture is just him leaning forward. So the whole time watching, you could see the water going in and out of his helmet.
What'd you think?
I think I just kicked my claustrophobia.
Yeah. That's the other
I
thing.
wasn't gonna say anything because to hurt too much, but
I
when I got
probably
in,
warned.
I might have peed a little bit.
Yeah.
So.
Anyone who's claustrophobic might have some issues initially.
Yeah, that was phenomenal.
We've seen a few different people. I think she liked it.
I think she liked it. Yeah. She was smiling the whole time. She was,
Yeah.
Yeah, she did great. I think. Yeah. This was her idea anyway.
Nice. So that was
How'd you guys
fun.
like it? Did you love it?
Oh, I loved it. That was great.
I couldn't judge like the distance.
Yeah.
You know, so you're reaching out for
really
the
confusing.
Yeah.
And then also because you have no peripheral, so I keep looking over. I'm like, wait, why can't I see it? I'm like, oh wait, I need to turn. I need to turn completely.
Hey man, good job.
Well done.
Welcome back.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So yeah, just got a tank. That was fun. Definitely give it a try if you get a chance. Although, as I said, if you are claustrophobic, just keep in mind that you might be a little bit upset when you first get into the helmet and everything, but it'll be fine, I think. What's your favorite part of the SeaTrek?
Honestly, just being able to engage with everybody. It's amazing to see all the different type of people that come in to do this. The nerves of some, the excitement of others. It's always interesting to get everybody's story on what made them decide to do this. Sometimes it's anniversary gifts, birthday gifts. A lot of times it's just grandparents or parents surprising their kids with it, and the excitement that comes on the kid's face when they find out they're going in with the animals. It just
How young? I mean, what's the age limit for?
You have to be at least 10 years old to do this.
Good to
And
know.
that's the only requirement.
All right.
You don't have to be able to swim. You don't need any certification in diving or anything like that, because you're just putting the helmet on, connecting the air, and that's it.
Well, I mean, you guys. I mean, there's so much sort of supervision in there that it really. I can't imagine. Like, I mean, there's not really much mischief you can get yourself into, or trouble. So no, that's great. And how many times have you gone in the tank?
I've only done it once. I've wanted to do it a few more times, but my schedule's always conflicting with me. The days I can't do it. But yeah, I've done it. I got to do it once before they opened it up to the general public.
Nice.
They gave the divers did their training for however long. They gave any other workers the opportunity to try it, so it gave the divers an opportunity to go in with people who haven't been in before.
That's probably what, because someone we know, he said he did it because he knew a staff member here, and he went in, and so he was like, he loved it, and that must have been when he was doing it.
After like a month or month and a half of us doing it, we were able to bring in any friends or family we had. So I got my cousin in to do it. My family came in and watched them do it, and then the first day we launched it, I'm not sure the day, but we had the mayor of the city of Tampa come in with a group of kids from a community center. She came in and did it with all of them.
Nice.
We've almost 2 years we've been doing this now.
Okay. Nice. No, it's a great idea. I mean, it's.
But yeah, I've seen so many people come in, their nerves are shot. Like I was saying earlier, I got kids that'll come in and do it. They'll know what's going on, but they're like, I don't know if I can do this. I'm scared. I look at them, just walk over there for me. Cool, walk back. That's all you're doing. That's all it is. You're just walking down there.
Has anyone kind of gotten in the tank and it's like, I got to get out here? And
we had a few situations where people have gotten to the point to where like they're in tears in the water. Their helmet gets on, but the moment they get underneath the water, their fears are gone. Once they get under the water, they see the fish swimming around them. It's like they completely focus on something else.
Nice.
So it's all we've almost, and the dive team that's up there, they have very well, they're very good at coaching people and how to push themselves a little bit. The one thing I do like about it is we've had a few proposals happen.
Okay.
People will do proposals. So we'll talk with the dive team beforehand, So they'll have like a fake 3D printed rig.
Right.
They'll have the one person like, oh, look at this over
Nice.
here. And
Yep.
the other diver will come over and help them get down on the knee
Nice.
with the fake rig underwater.
Nice.
It's so beautiful.
That's the only way to do it. If you like this adventure, like and subscribe.